First 100 years of the conservation movement, as we kind of historically define it at least, black and brown voices were excluded. And particularly in the Southwest, where you have, kind of majority Latino populations in a lot of communities, the fact that those voices weren't heard for so long led to bad outcomes in some cases, or suboptimal outcomes in others. And so just lifting up the voices of folks that are closest to the land, folks that have some of the biggest stake in the outcomes, and doing it in a way that's building political power, and so it can't be ignored, is just, it's such a strength of HECHO, and I think it's why they are so effective at what they do. We couldn't be having those conversations in authentic ways with partners across the country if it wasn't for the lessons we learned in the partnership with HECHO. And I just think they have made NWF much more equitable, much more inclusive entity. The way that HECHO does its work is kind of a combination of like the HEMES principles and which kind of show for kind of grassroots organizing, making sure that the folks that are closest to the communities, folks that are most impacted by decisions, are the ones driving the process, combined with the environmental justice principles, which kind of make sure that we're all kind of doing our part to kind of heal the sins of the past and make sure there aren't overburdened communities. I do think HECHO becomes one of the most powerful voices for conservation in the country, not just in the Southwest. They punch so far above their weight, and I think that's just going to continue to grow. And I think the impacts we're already seeing the impacts, and kind of the best is yet to come. HECHO is like the model of how to do like authentic, collaborative conservation. I had a call with the Secretary of the Interior, obviously from New Mexico, Deb Haaland, and good friend. And she actually asked on a call, she's like, well, what does HECHO think? And the fact that you had a Secretary of the Interior asking, what does HECHO think about a various project, it just shows how far they've come. I mean, I think it's amazing from a kernel of an idea, in the beginning, a single staff person, to now this, kind of nationally recognized entity that's doing, kind of great work across many, many states. It's in a remarkable trajectory. And if you keep on that trend, kind of the sky's the limit. So I'm blown away constantly by how much progress they've made, and I know they're just scratching the surface.